Really sad news, my Breville has to go in for service. Basically, something is wrong with the water pump and it's just not working at all, actually. So the girl on the phone was like, it's gonna be a few weeks. And so we got this other coffee maker for the time being because we cannot survive a few weeks without coffee. And I have to say, I've actually really been liking this one. It's just an espresso, and then I know this is extra, but I got a steamer on the side to make my warm lattes, and I've actually been really, really liking this coffee. My favorite way to start the morning is usually with a cinnamon latte. Something about a warm beverage first thing in the morning just makes me feel so cozy, and it literally just gets me out of bed. I've fallen in love with the habit of journaling again, and so I've been really liking to do that first thing in the morning before my mind is taken a million different ways. I use this as a little bit of quiet time, and I could journal my to-do list, I could journal my thoughts, I could journal my feelings or my dreams. I don't really have a set template, I just journal whatever comes to mind. I just take this time to be really present with myself and just enjoy my morning and enjoy my coffee. It's crazy how much later the sun is rising now. I remember when it used to rise at 5 a.m. and now it's rising closer to 6:30. The days are getting shorter and I can feel winter coming. I don't know if this is normal for fall, but I also feel like the sunrises have been really, really long every single morning, like 30 to 45 minutes. This past weekend, Jonas and I built a pull-up bar in our backyard, and I am trying to make it a habit to go out there every single day and hang on it. This is really good for decompressing your spine and is good for you, especially if you're sitting all day or hunched over your computer or your phone. It's also a great way to improve your posture over time. Recently, I've noticed myself slouching over a lot more than I want to, so I'm really trying to be more aware of my posture. This weekend, I basically skipped my long run, and I'm definitely regretting that. And I'm learning that you really just need to wake up and do your long run, or it's so easy to procrastinate it and be like, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it tonight, but just do it in the morning when you have it on your calendar. So I'm about to go out and do my long run. Today I have 8 miles. Right now, my long runs are 8 to 12 miles since we're in the final few weeks leading up to the half marathon. I'm gonna quickly make some breakfast though. I'm just gonna make some caramelized apples on some oats, I think. And then of course I need to drink a lot of electrolytes. To make this, I just put coconut oil on my cast iron, and then I sliced up 2 apples. I put both of them in here. I prepped this for basically the entire week, and then I added some cinnamon and some brown sugar, and I just let this sizzle for like 5 minutes. This breakfast was so good, and it gave me so much energy throughout my long run. I've been experimenting with so many different kinds of breakfast for before long runs, and I found that eating oats or eating avocado toast is what sits the best and works the best for me. As I'm getting closer to the half marathon, I'm definitely getting nervous, and I'm not nervous because I feel like I can't do it. I just feel nerves. When I run the half marathon, that will be the longest run that I will have ever done. So I'm just getting really excited and just trying to take care of my body and my legs and fuel myself properly, but also making sure that I'm getting in enough miles every single week to be ready for the race. This 8-mile run took me an hour and 30 minutes, and I felt so good after this run. I felt so good during this run. Halfway through the run, I actually forgot how many miles I was running and thought I was only running 6 miles, so it was a funny moment when I remembered I was actually running 8 miles. 8 miles completed. I had to go to the store after my run, and of course I walked down the cereal aisle, and I can't help myself. When I'm hungry, I always want cereal. So I got like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I think it's like a healthier version. I've been recently just so obsessed with everything cinnamon. I'm gonna meal prep a little bit today. All I'm gonna do is like prep veggies in the oven and do all the chopping that I need for today and tomorrow. Half of my run, I decided to go with no music. And that's really a great time to do some deep thinking. I was just reflecting on how much I've grown throughout my 20s. I was telling a story yesterday about when I was 20 years old. And in the middle of telling it, I was like, whoa, I can't even believe this is a memory of mine. Like, this is insane. I don't know if everybody feels like this about their 20s, but it's like the growth just every 6 months is so insane. It's like people who haven't talked to you in 6 months, they really don't know this new version of you. And I don't know if this is just like how it is in adulthood or if this is just your 20s. But even me 6 months ago feels so different than me today. And I mean that in the best ways possible, but it's just crazy how much you can grow in so little time. For prepping, I just sliced up some turnips and some green onions and also some cucumber. I also chopped up all of this fresh broccoli, and I'm just gonna cook this on the cast iron. And then I threw in some potatoes into the oven. Now I wanna show you guys how I clean my cutting board and also how I clean my wooden utensils. It's really easy to clean your wooden cutting board, your wooden utensils. You're just gonna need some baking soda. You're gonna need distilled white vinegar. You're also going to need lemon and then hot water. So I just start by sprinkling baking soda all over my cutting board. You can basically put as much baking soda as you want. Then you're going to take half of a lemon and you're going to squeeze it onto here, and then you're going to use the lemon to kind of massage into your cutting board, and it's going to kind of act as like our sponge. I make sure that I get the edges of my cutting board as well. Now I'm gonna let this sit here for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go on to the next step. Once this has been sitting for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, we're ready for our vinegar. So we're just gonna pour a little bit of vinegar on top. Then I take a brush like this. I don't want to spill this vinegar everywhere, but I kind of dump it in the sink and scrub. I have like a groove in my cutting board, so I like to get that really good. The last step is just to rinse the cutting board with really hot water. My water is steaming, but it's not boiling. And then I'm just gonna leave my cutting board in the sun until it's fully dry. And then I'm gonna show you guys how I moisturize the cutting board as well. And you want to do this so that you're taking care of your wood and so it lasts you a really long time, especially if you're using something like maple or walnut. You just want to make sure that your wood is not getting dry. For the spoons, it's pretty much the same thing. I have a lot of wooden spoons. Soda. This is a new half. So these spoons are ready for the vinegar. Just gonna do it this way. I figured since I'm already in the kitchen cooking and meal prepping, I might as well just prep what I'm gonna have for dinner later. So for dinner tonight, I'm having sweet and sticky steak bites. I'm really excited about these. So I have steak tips in this bowl right now. ButcherBox just started selling these and I'm super excited. This is gonna be my first time making these and trying them. ButcherBox is my favorite meat brand. I literally get everything from them, so I'm so excited when they do little seasonal launches. I have a code, I'll put that in my description. I'll also link it here if you guys wanna check it out. So I have the steak tips in this bowl and then I'm just gonna mix a variety of ingredients and then I'll just throw it on the cast iron. So we'll do 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. It's kind of a lot of soy sauce. We'll do 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. I have some fresh garlic and also fresh ginger. A tablespoon of sesame oil. Then we'll add some salt and some sesame seeds. I'm not gonna add in all of the green onions that we prepped, but I am gonna add in a handful of them. The rest of them I wanna put on the top more as like fresh green onions. Obviously, you wanna just mix this around. Make sure that every piece is coated with all the different flavors. You could totally marinate this overnight or for a few hours, but I'm just gonna marinate this for like 5 minutes while my cast iron is heating up. I just have a little bit of coconut oil on here and we're ready for our steak. You obviously don't want to undercook this, but you don't want to overcook it either. And this cooks really quick. I'm talking like 5 to 6 minutes and you're done. So you just want to keep an eye on it. You want to flip it and make sure that it's not getting too dry. We're about 20 seconds from being done here. We really don't want to cook this for too long because then it's going to become dry and chewy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Smells so insane. Oh my God. It smells so good. I have to try it. Wow, that is so good. I probably cooked it for 5 minutes and I was on medium. I made another coffee and I'm gonna get a few hours of work done. And then whenever I'm hungry, everything for lunch is already prepped and ready, but I'll show you guys what I end up making. This is lunch today. It's 2 pieces of chicken, a handful of spinach. We have some cucumber, some red beets. These are potatoes and this turnip, and then a little bit of hummus over here. I also squeezed a bunch of lemon and sea salt and olive oil on here. I don't think I've updated you guys on wedding stuff anytime recently, so I'll just do a little wedding update. I have a really fun and busy and exciting week this week. I have so many wedding planning things going on. I get to try on my wedding dress this week. It finally came in and I'm so excited about that. We're doing our cake tasting, so we're deciding what cake flavor we want to have at our wedding. We also have a photo shoot this week for our invitations. So it's a really fun wedding planning week this week and I'm so excited. Today has actually gone by so fast. I am making some lunch right now. I'm just making like a fall salad. And then my mom and I have been setting up for the cake tasting that we're doing in just a few hours. I have to obviously style my hair. My hair is crazy. We went hiking this morning and then I was moving some furniture around, so my hair is just insane. Getting ready for a little bridal photo shoot moment, and then also our cake tasting. And I really wanted to have one of these like white scarf moments. My dress is not going to have a white scarf moment, so I just felt like this was the perfect time to do it. I'm honestly so excited to have every person that we love and loves us from all the different eras of both of our lives be in the same room at the same time. That's just gonna be such a special moment, I think. But my goal with like all things wedding is I want every single thing checked off my checklist before Thanksgiving. That way I can kind of like relax during the holidays. Also, a lot of people are off work during the holidays, and then come into January and February and be really prepared. I totally forgot that I had my cutting board over here drying, and I was gonna show you guys how I moisturize it, but it's super easy to moisturize your cutting board. All you do is take coconut oil, and you're really not using a lot. All you're doing is just taking it and hydrating your board, but you don't want it too slathered. And then don't forget the sides. And now your cutting board is clean and it's nice and hydrated and it's ready for you to use again. Elo and I are heading to the beach right now. We're gonna do a little sunset walk. Jonas is out of town this week, so I basically have literally the whole week home alone. This is how dinner came together tonight. The broccoli that we prepped, the sweet potato that we prepped, and then the steak bites that we prepped. I also put the green onions on here, as well as some sesame seeds and also some sea salt. This smells so good. I'm so excited to try it. I cannot believe I made this. The fact that this came together so quickly and effortlessly too was incredible. When I cooked the steak tips, I melted coconut oil on the cast iron and that brought out an amazing flavor for this entire dish. The steak bites almost taste a little bit Korean barbecue, so if you like those flavors, then you will love this dish.